Hello, so I'm ridiculously excited. This is going to be an unboxing video of my new Nikon Z6 Mark III and the 24-120 lens and an adapter. This is the camera that I've been working with for the last, at least a decade. It's a Nikon D600. It was Nikon's full, I guess, prosumer level full frame DSLR, and this itself was an upgrade from the Nikon D600. And I want to make a big shout out to the Canterbury Camera Centre, from which I bought both of these cameras and basically everything I've shot with, which are a fantastic shop in Canterbury. So thanks a lot for them for helping me basically get everything. I am moving on from the D600 for a few reasons. Largely because as a portrait photographer and a headshot photographer, it's really important that I get focus, tack sharp, every time reliably. And the D600 doesn't do that for me. I miss, when I'm using autofocus, quite a few shots that I might otherwise like to be able to use, or the clients quite like. So I thought it's really important to upgrade. And mirrorless cameras like the Z6 Mark III have a number of advantages over that. I mean, the focusing is much better. Things like automatic ISO selection in the focusing engine and stuff like that, that's very important. But also, you know, the mirrorless system, having an electronic shutter, meaning that it's silent, I think offers a range of possibilities. There are other things as well. This isn't a review of the Z3 Mark III, it's an unboxing video. So yeah, thank you D600. I'm staying with you for a little bit. It's going to be my second body for emergencies, but this is going to be my new workhorse. So on with the show. I didn't buy this camera from the Canterbury Camera Centre. I don't know what basically there's been a lack of stock all over the UK, and they didn't have one in stock with the 24-120 lens that I also wanted to buy as the kit. So it was a great shame. I hope they'll forgive me that I couldn't wait for them to get it back in store, and I got it instead from Cotswold Cameras, which is an online-only shop. So they sent it to this. It didn't take very long at all actually to get it to me. Here we go, the Z6 Mark III. This is the adapter so that it can take F-mount lenses. So I'm going to put this one to one side in a second. That's not really what you've come for, and certainly what I'm looking forward to. So this is pretty well wrapped in bubble wrap. The cat will like that. I expect, I imagine, the cat will join us when he hears all of the rustling and the stuff going on. He'll probably like that too. And here's the moment of truth. Right. Fairly standard Nikon box. It's got that at the front. Let's open it up. Let you see it first. Catch. Right. Do you know what? Sorry, D600. You're out. You need some space. This is the 85mm prime lens that I'm keeping, and for which I bought the F-mount adapter. You're going to one side. I'll probably get a Z series lens, an 85mm lens at some stage, but this was expensive enough, right? Manual, stuff like that, cloud imaging. I think that might be quite useful for people out and about on sort of town, city-based shoots. But here we go. Right, what do we have? We have presumably lens bag. You go there. Do we want to get all of the extra bits out of the way? Right, USB-C to USB-C cable. We have a strap. That's not going to go on the camera, because I have my own strap, which I quite like. Clips. Okay, if we're doing this properly, let's see what these are. Cool, I have no idea what that is. Presumably, we'll discover. It's going to read me at some stage. Battery. Sun guard, lens flare guard, whatever you want to call it. Wonderful for the lens. Right. that's all the stuff out of the way. Let us start. This is the camera body right here. This is the lens right here. In terms of packaging, pretty good, pretty efficient, pretty effective. As I said, read these notes. So this is all cardboard. This is going into recycling. Actually, it's probably not. I'm probably going to keep that box just in case. But for now, you can go over there. Right. I've been looking forward to this for just a little while. It doesn't have, slightly disappointed when you buy something from Apple. I'm a bit of an Apple fanboy, I'm afraid. When you take it out of its housing, out of its case, there's this wonderful, like they've engineered it perfectly. So there's, oh, hello kitten. So there's this like air suction, so it comes out smoothly. There isn't any of that. It's a bit anticlimactic. Hello, keep coming up. But this is it, right. The Z6 Mark III. It's got quite a big lens mount there. Let's compare it in size to the D600. I mean, I'm not going to tell you compare weight. This is Studio Cat Keon, by the way. Hello. Obviously, it's got a whacking great 24-70 lens on it, but in terms of body, it's quite noticeably smaller. I quite like the way, if you see here, this handhold section here, this is not very deep, to the extent that the nail on my fourth finger and actually my pinky have dug into the rubber there. They've gouged out little bits because that's quite heavy, so difficult to hold. By comparison, this sticks out a lot more and my fingers are nowhere near to it, so I can hold that one-handed and I know that I'm not going to create any divots. So on the front there, you've got two function buttons, F1 and F2. I presume that's the lens unclip button. What I really like about this, obviously, so you've got a lot more stuff. This is a mirrorless, so you don't have the reflex mirrors there. This eyepiece, however, the English, been at the university all day, it sticks out much more than that one. Hope you can see that there. I like that because I've got a big old nose, and despite a nose operation I had a couple of years ago, I broke my nose again on the bottom of a swimming pool, so that stopped me breathing easily. So I had it fixed, I had it reduced and stuff, but I've still got a massive nose, and that has meant that before now, my nose pressed against the screen. I could never really easily get my eye close to the viewfinder, but now that is much easier. My nose is enormous, so it's still touching it, but it's much easier. It sticks out proud much more. I like it. It's got the flippy screen here. I know it's controversial, but you know, I quite like that. You can flippy screen it round and have it sort of exposed at the back, or you can hide it away and keep it closed like that. Lovely, very nice. There's probably a whole like what you should do when you do unboxing videos. There's probably a whole like methodology to it, but I haven't read it. I don't care. This is my take, and this is the lens. So this is the 24-120 lens. Nikon, the other kit that you can buy this with, has a 24-70 lens, but I wanted the 120 largely because this is going to be an all-purpose workhorse, so I don't want to have to carry around another sort of proto telefocus lens. I will be using the 85mm 1.8 for my studio work for portraits and headshots. I've also got 50mm 1.8 and I'll use the adapter for that, but I wanted a workhorse lens, and it's slightly bigger than the 24-70, but apparently it's clear, open right the way through the lens. So it's an f4, and apparently when you open it to f4, it's clear right the way through between 24 and 120. So that's why I wanted that. let's install it. So yeah, that was the button. Take it off there, put it down, lens cap off. Got the white dot there, line up the right white dot. Sort of a sixth of a turn there, that's it. So, not a small camera, not a small lens, but I tell you what, it's noticeably lighter. Yeah, I mean, this really is a big lens, the 24-70 1.8. Sorry, 2.8, what am I talking about? Noticeably lighter, that's nice. Where did I put the battery? In the hand space as per usual. So you get one battery included. Do you know what? I don't see a battery charger included. Now I could have sworn that I got a battery charger included in the D600. So I assume that you can charge this in camera, but I don't like the fact that IT companies and consumer electronics companies seem to be doing away with chargers in their kits. I mean, it's obviously to try and drive costs down and to mean that you have to buy it separately, but it is like something that we have to buy. You know, it doesn't reduce the actual price because you could be able to charge it, obviously. But that's it. I'm not gonna, as I said, put the strap on, and we turn it on, and it didn't turn on. Right. Why not? What am I missing? It probably doesn't arrive charged up. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Worst unboxing video ever that I can't actually turn the thing on. So I'm going to have to do that off camera, I would imagine. Plug it into something and have it charge up and turn on like that. Okay, well, let's put that there. You can go away, that's the... put that there. I'm going to have a play at what that particular bit of plastic is. Lots of plastic. Right, let's have a look at the adapter. So this adapter, again, is to connect F-mount, so standard DSLR Nikon mounts, to a mirrorless camera. And the reason why you need one is, obviously, the back of in a DSLR, probably know this, the light comes in here, it hits a mirror and it comes out there. So the sensor is behind the mirror, because when the mirror that reflects the light up to the viewfinder flips up, it shines the light on the sensor at the back. So the sensor's at the back of the camera. But in a mirrorless system, obviously you don't have that mirror system. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Instead, the sensor is more towards the front of the camera. It's not right at the back. That's one of the reasons why it's so much shallower than the DSLR. So because the sensor is further forward, in order to ensure that the light hits the sensor in the same way that it does in the DSLR, the mount adapter effectively has to fake the space between the lens and the sensor. So that's all this is doing. It's both sort of providing a spacer, literally extra space, and it's carrying electrical signals through from the lens to the camera. So unboxing this, there's some instructions right there. Cool. Inside yet more disposable plastic. Thank you, Nikon. It'd be lovely to see this be, non-plastic packing stuff. Biodegradable. Here is the spacer. So as you can see, I'm not going to open these, but you've got two caps there, and then you've got that white dot, and then you've got that white dot where you attach to the camera, and then to the, well, it's the other way around, isn't it? That goes onto the body, and then the lens goes on there, and then the quick release there. So, Z mount adapter, Nikon Z6 Mark III, lovely stuff. Hello kitten. Kyo, come over here. I'm ridiculously excited to get started with this. Studio Cat Kior, best cat. I'm going to leave it for here, try and work out why this is not recording and or turning on. And I will probably do an impressions video in a week or so when I've done a few shoots with it. I have an event on Thursday, so in a couple of days' time, where I'll use this all day. Everything's a toy when you're covered in fleece. So it's quite good at like picking things up in his mouth and running off with them, or obviously, as all cats do, just knocking stuff off tables. Do a whole video on him. Got the event on Thursday, that'll be a test of its abilities. I've then got 2 headshot sessions coming up with the rest of the week, so get a bit of use out of it, and I'll give an impression video when I've used it for a bit. This is me, see you later.